I should do. On a hike today, and I brought this cook system out. I put it in this bag just to hold everything together, and I'm gonna cook up some, this is noodles and chicken noodle cup of soup in this as well. Now, what I brought out today is this cook system here. I decided I wanted one of these for a long time. So I got this cook set from Batchstovez. He's on YouTube. He has his own website where he sells these. This here was different items that was put together to make this kit. This here's a 10 centimeter pot right here. Lightweight, anodized finish, and it's made of aluminum. But it's almost anti-stick. It works really, really well. Now what I did with these here, you can buy these silicone rings as well that go around your pot for a lip guard when you drink out of your pot or whatever, and plus taking it off and such. I roll this up a little bit. That way there, the lid won't fall off. Otherwise, the lid will fall off. And then all I have to do is take my thumb, go around like that, and the lid pops off. Then I can just push this down to where it's level again. There we go. What I have in here is, I put this fuel bottle in. It fits better in this size pot. And but I have another fuel bottle here that I got as well. And this one here is clear. You can see the alcohol. This one here, it's harder to see the alcohol level, but this fit better in the pot. Now, in this here, I've got a remote feeder right there. This has a hole in the bottom. This is called the TARF remote feeder. TARF meaning trail adjustable remote feeder. And the hole is so you can put a aluminum rod in the bottom. This way here, you can take your, let me put some stuff down. Here's the stove here, remote stove. Now, as I was saying, this here has an aluminum rod that you can place in this hole. That allows, you can set this on a flat rock, and if you didn't have another flat space to make this level, and you want to adjust your fuel level, well, you can stick that rod into the ground and raise it up or down. And you don't need two flat surfaces. So it's an ingenious idea. Now this stove is it's a remote feed stove. It's got a simmer ring right here that comes off. I have to twist these out some. Adjustable legs. That's your simmer ring for bacon. Now that there is carbon felt inside there. This is your boil method, or your boil option. Now this one here, this stove, is called the H35. H being hybrid, remote feed stove. And I had to try it out last night and actually baked a biscuit with this. Didn't take no time at all. But that's the thing, you can adjust this, you know, for baking or for fast boil and such. This does both. And you can adjust the heat as well. If by opening and closing your windscreen will help adjust the heat. Now this is freezing. It's 0 degrees. That's what it's warming up to. Right now it's -3. We're going to break this out in -3 and see how it works. I'm going to boil up some water and make those noodles. So let's set her up. There's a hole or a slot on this side that gives this air. On this one here it has little lines on this side, so I know this is the side that does that. So when I want to turn this over, I want to keep this up and turn that over and then let it drain in. I'm going to take this, I'll put this in behind over here, bring this out, like that. What else I have in here is I have a carbon felt base that I can set down here and set my stove on top for really cold surfaces and such, which would be like this. I don't think I really need it, but I can. And your pot sits right on top. Now this is carbon felt windscreen. I'm going to take that, put that right over top, and close it up like this. It's going to protect it, as well as it's going to keep the heat in there and go right up through, you know, into my pot. Now what I've got to do right now is got to wait until this saturates. So I'll keep touching it, and when my finger gets wet, I know it's saturated enough to light it. You can also pick your remote fuel up like this, and it will drain in faster. But the key to this is you want it somewhat level. Your remote feeder to your stove, you want it somewhat level. That way there it gets pretty well the amount of alcohol to your fuel. If you put your remote too high, you can actually flood your stove. But I can do this until it fills up some, and then I'll put it back down. I'm going to take this off of here. I don't think I need this. got a lighter, my spork. I don't need my simmer ring as well. Stuff is so lightweight. This is, you know, basically designed for backpackers and such. But anybody who wants a lightweight stove, this is great. And his quality, Batchstovez quality, he puts a lot of pride into his work and into his stoves and such. So he has really good prices as well. Give him a look, because I think you might, if you're into alcohol stoves, I think it's a really good option. I was surprised with his prices compared to other ones that I've seen. And I've wanted a remote feed stove for a long time. I'm going to get my water out. I'll rinse out my pot since I had everything inside my pot. It's about 2 cups of water right there. This pot holds 24 ounces. It's a nice sized pot. But these legs, they fold out and then they have notches in the bottom that it clips in. I see a little piece of fuzzle. There we go. Guys, get some there we go. It's going to take a little while to heat up. And it's going now though, so I'm going to throw this on here. There we go. I want about a 1/2 inch. I'm going to put about a 1/2 inch all the way around it. Now if you want to adjust your, like I say, adjust your flame, because it's going to heat up. The more it heats up, the more the alcohol actually will evaporate, so it gives more vapor to burn, so you get a bigger flame. If you open it up, it's going to cool the stove off, and thus less alcohol is boiling at that time, smaller flame. I pour my noodles in and such before the water gets boiling. It saves on alcohol. This will start rehydrating and such before it even starts to boil. So you're actually saving alcohol this way. And it still tastes the same. I'm going to throw that in and let it do its thing. When it comes to boiling, I can just basically let that just go, kind of thing. You always should be checking on it and such anyway, and keep an eye on it. This isn't a type of stove that you just set up and leave. You should be checking on it, especially when baking, because you don't want to bake too fast. And as the stove heats up, like I said, it can get bigger, so you have to adjust your windscreen. But for boiling, you can, you know, this year is probably fine. I won't have to really do anything to it, especially in this colder weather. And that's the good thing. That's why I wanted one of these remote feeds. That's a 2-ounce bottle right there. I have 2 ounces of liquid. I've been out before and put 1 ounce in one of my other stoves. I make alcohol stoves, as probably know from my channel. And I've used a lot of alcohol stoves, but I wanted a remote because I have 2 ounces there that continuously goes. I can burn a long time. In this cold weather, it burns up a lot more fuel. And I've seen me, like I was saying, put 1 ounce in one of my other stoves, and it would burn out before it boiled. And normally it would boil, you know, it'd get to boiling and then boil 3 minutes longer before it burned out. But the cold temperatures, it burns more fuel. This here gives me a lot longer burn time, and at normal temperatures, this here will last a super long time. For you can bake for 20 minutes and such, and you can keep changing your fuel as you want. That's what I love about this. It's so easy to keep fuel in your stove. You could run this, I don't know, I'm just making a guess here. I don't see it would hurt it, but you could run that 4 hours straight if you wanted to, and you kept on changing your fuel up. I mean, it's crazy. That's what I love about this type of design. That's why I've wanted one for so long. Oh, we've got some steam going on. Been about 5 minutes right now. This tree stand, or tree table, I've got a video showing how I made this on my channel. And this one here is made out of aluminum sign material. That is an old sign I found deep in the woods that was thrown away long ago. Don't be taking signs because it's illegal. This one here was discarded, in a dump kind of thing that I found way out in the woods. So I took a piece of it and made this tree table. And it's so handy, especially for this setup, as you can see. Keeps me up off the snow, right up where I want to work. Goes great with this type of setup. Looking good. It's a good thing about these as well. It's a good hand warmer. Now that that's boiling, I'm going to take it off. It's all done now. What I'm going to do is, well, ain't gonna hurt to set that in the snow for a second. What I'm gonna do is make sure that I have those lines on the right side, and I'm just gonna slowly turn it over upside down. Now what that's gonna do is it's gonna cut off the fuel supply, and it will slowly burn off what's in that tube and burn out. I'm going to let the stove burn out so it does not have any fuel residue left in it. Taking the bottle off of that now, screwed it off, put it away. Took about an ounce to bring this to a boil out here in this freezing, weather. Like I said, it's below 32 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius. And it's -9 with the wind chill. Snow is a good way to wash out your pot when you have it. So really liking that stove and cook kit. And so like I said, go check out Batchstovez. And the end, it's not an S for stoves, it's a Z. Go check him out. I think you'll like his prices. And as you see, it works really great. A very lightweight option. And sometimes I just like the convenience of it. As you know, I cook many ways. This is just another. And I'm really liking it. I'm going to clean up here, pack things away, and head back out on the trail. Have a good one, and see you on the next vid. Bye for now.